I'm here in LA's own Dodger Stadium, where 55 years ago, the organization made a transition from New York to Los Angeles, bringing with them a steady voice which provided a constant and stable portrayal through times of change in the history of this beloved franchise. This season, a new announcer takes over the reins of the play-by-play and the title of the voice of the Dodgers.
Scully can fly, Puig can throw, my goodness, Yoshua Puig from the wall!
For the first time since the Dodgers moved west in 1958, there's a new voice for the boys in blue. Joe Davis takes over for the legendary broadcaster Vin Scully.
I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it myself.
At just 29 years old, Davis is one of the youngest sportscasters to ever call a Major League Baseball game.
You know, a lot of kids dream of being a professional athlete, but when I started dreaming of doing something, I knew pretty early on that I wanted to do this.
Born and raised in Potterville, Michigan, the son of a football coach, Davis played at Division III Beloit College, where he started honing his skills.
I played football for him in high school and played football in college. And while I was in college, the big recruiting pitch from the football coach was that I could announce the basketball games once I got there.
In 2011, Davis began his career calling minor league baseball games for the Montgomery Biscuits of the Southern League. He quickly ascended in the broadcasting industry, eventually catching the eyes and ears of the Dodgers.
When we first got that call that there was some interest, I was just surprised I knew who I was and didn't think that anything would really come of it.
Well, something did come of it, and Davis got the job replacing Scully. So how does one go about following in the footsteps of a play-by-play icon?
If you want to give yourself any chance, it's not a good idea to look at it as replacing the greatest ever to do it. And if you want to be realistic, you don't look at it like that.
Scully began calling Dodger games in 1950 when the franchise called Brooklyn home. Over the next 67 years, he was that familiar voice that connected the team's rich history from Brooklyn to LA.
I'm never going to be able to tell those stories the same way a guy that saw them could. It's important for me to still embrace that history, and it needs to have a place moving forward.
A new chapter has begun, but the traditions and memories of a man who sat here before will carry on.
The biggest moments, hopefully I'm able to rise to the occasion with the moment and put an appropriate caption on those moments, maybe a memorable caption, and then be able, like Vin was so good at, get out of the way.
Davis says he's overwhelmed by the amount of public support and that he's doing what he loves, which makes the experience all that much sweeter. In Dodger Stadium, Alexis, CCN.